Hey, what's up guys? Justin Rhodes here. Welcome back to my channel. We just finished up 21.1, first CrossFit open workout, and it was, well, this is my good friend John Pearson here. He decided to hop in, or I asked him to hop in with the workout and do it with us. Just kind of give us two different perspectives here. John, what was your thoughts?
Okay, so I hopped in with this intentions basically to show kind of like what an average athlete's going to look like compared to somebody who's going to place like in the 99th percentile. My specific goal for this open is to just place higher than what I placed last year, which would have been like in the 20,000s. So this year my goal is to like maybe get up into the 15,000s or 10,000s if I can. This workout did not go too well for me. I blew up. I came out a little bit too hot. I think I should have taken probably bigger rest in between my wall walk-ups. Shoulders really fatigued. My big set was the set of 15, and that was really hard for me to get through. And I took a lot of rest on the ground in between each rep. So that's kind of like where I wasted the majority of my time. Justin, you want to explain yours? Yours was pretty fast and efficient.
Yeah, so my goal was to go sub 13 on this workout. It ended up not quite hitting that. I think where I slowed down probably the most was in the middle of my round 15 on the wall walk-ups. So like my 1 through 6 was pretty fast, but then my like 7 through 12 was a little bit slower. When I started getting to the end, I was like, okay, I need to hurry up so that way I can get to my dubs and get into the round of 21. The first part of the workout went pretty fast. I went unbroken. I think I had a trip somewhere there in the dubs, but I went unbroken on the 10 through 90 dubs. And then, once I finished those up, I got my 15 wall walk-ups done. And then on my round of 150 dubs, I wanted to break that up at least once, knowing that if I didn't, it's just going to fatigue my shoulders more and make my round of 21 handstand walk-ups probably even slower if I try to do those unbroken. So I think I ended up I tripped around 80 or something like that, so I just used that as my break. I was going to go either 75 or 150, but I think I tripped around 80 something, so I just used that as my break and then finished off the rest of the 150. And then definitely in the round of the 21 wall walk-ups, by that time your shoulders are so fatigued. For me, I mentally, like looking back on it, I knew I wasn't going to fail a rep, but just making yourself keep going and keep going up the wall was definitely the hardest part. And then obviously once you get to the 210 double unders, you just got to go. I didn't plan any breaks on that. I just wanted to go as long as I could. Doing so, I got to about 100 on my dubs, and then after that, I just kept tripping and tripping and tripping. I think it's just because my shoulders were so fatigued. You know, you try to keep going, but for whatever reason, you just keep tripping. I think it's because you get to that shoulder fatigue, the shoulder failure part of that. And I mean, I know on dubs you're supposed to be using your wrists more, but just when you've done that so much volume on your shoulders, it just taxes you so much, and you just end up tripping a lot. And by that point, you've done 500 some dubs or double unders or 600 by the time you finish the 210. So it's just a lot of volume in a short amount of time. What do you?
So I think looking back at how it went for me, there's not really a lot I could change simply because, and I think with a lot of people that was just a super new movement and I didn't really know how to approach it or quite when or after how many reps was I going to blow up. It's not a movement we're super familiar with, like a thruster or something, what I mean? Like we have a general idea of, how many reps can we do.
It's hard to figure out your pacing on wall walk-ups when you've never practiced it very much.
Which, not to say that we shouldn't, we totally should, and I think it's a cool movement that they threw in because it kind of like throws a wrench into things and it forces us to do something we were not used to doing.
It's definitely cool too with limited equipment this year. It's something that most everybody can do. Everybody has a jump rope for the most part. If not, they can go buy one. And it puts everybody on the same playing field in the first open workout of the season, which is super cool.
Yeah, so I didn't really know how to approach that movement necessarily. So now going back, like I said, I would probably put bigger breaks in between my smaller sets. I would have rested a little bit more on the ground on like the set of 3, 6, and 9, and then kind of approach it in a negative way, start out the workout slower, and then try to speed up towards that set of 15. I've totally bombed off the wall, I think on like my 14th rep or something like that, just completely hit fatigue in my shoulder and just dropped straight down. if I could give one tip to those who haven't done it yet, maybe throw some knee sleeves on, because your knees might possibly smash into the ground a couple times. So to avoid something like this, you could throw some knee sleeves on or something like that, protect yourselves.
Yeah, so just to kind of recap on that, John's goal was to get into the round of 21 on the handstand walk, or the handstand walk-ups. Is that right?
Yeah, or at least attempt to, just get as far
get
into
through
the
the 150
150s.
dubs.
Yeah. Or complete the 150s if I could. So whenever I finished that set of 9, I knew that was going to be really difficult. So I kind of approached my set of 90 dubs by like, I'm going to break it up. So I think I rested at like 40 reps strategically, and then I rested at like 60, just because I felt my shoulders burning already, and I knew it was going to be difficult to make it through the 15, so I kind of tried to put some rest in there.
Yeah, so I'd say if you're kind of looking at two different versions of this workout, for me, if you're looking for an elite time, you've got to go. You've got to push the pace the entire time, especially if you want to finish the workout. You've got to go the entire time. Now, if you have a goal of getting to like the round of 150 dubs, or getting into the 21 handstand walks, or whatever you're trying to get to, it might be just getting to the round of 15 handstand walk-ups. Pace the beginning of it. Make sure you rest plenty well on the handstand walk-ups, because this is one of those workouts that if you start out slower, you can pick up the pace as you go. If you're kind of like where John's situation was, now that's totally different. If you're trying to complete the workout or put it up an elite time, you've got to go the whole time. You've got to push the pace.
Yeah, so basically I would have, starting back over, I would have approached the workout knowing, like that set of 15 is going to be my most difficult set, and I need to pace the 3, the 6, the 9, just so I can get through that 15 a little bit faster and get back on that rope, because I spent a lot of time on the ground in the set of 15, as you can see in the video. So that'd be what I would change if I went back, is slow down a little bit at the beginning of the workout and save what I can for that 15.
Yeah, and as far as on warming up, I would definitely suggest make sure your lungs are warm. So get on a bike for 3 or 4 minutes. Get on a row for 3 or 4 minutes. Get some single unders done on your double unders. Make sure you get a good banded shoulder. Make sure your core's warmed up, because it's a lot of core going up and down the wall. So maybe put some hollow holes in there, so hollow rocks. Make sure your calves are loosened up and warmed up. So if you've got a foam roll or something, make sure your arches are good to go. And then at workout pace, I would suggest doing like 2 or 3 handstand or wall walk-ups, and then like 30 dubs, just to kind of get that rhythm down, get your pace down, know what you need to do on that, and then rest a little bit, and then hit the workout. So.
Yep. If I could give any other tips aside from the knee sleeves, I would say definitely warm up the wrist too, because my biggest and hardest, most difficult task in the whole workout probably was whenever I got to that 10-inch tape line from the wall. It was extremely difficult for me to get, my belly up towards the wall close enough to where I could really get my palms on the tape line, so I didn't get no reps. So I really had to shimmy once I got up there, and that was probably the most difficult for me, because I was wasting a lot of time up in that.
Yeah, and no reps on wall walk-ups are super crucial. So make sure you're not going to get no reps. So that being said, don't go too fast in between reps where you're going to get no reps, and also make sure you're doing the standards correctly. So don't move your hands away from the wall before you've got both feet, or away from your tape line before you've gotten both feet on the wall. I think I was very close on a few of those. And I definitely had to pay attention to not move my hand from the line before my feet got up on the wall. But I think that pretty much sums it up. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the video, and hope this, some of these tips and some of this review helps you guys out, so you get a better score on opening 21.1. Have a good one, guys.